Hello everyone. So today we're going to be taking a look at this all-new 2016 Volvo XC60. And special thanks to McGinley Motors, Mazda, Land Rover, Peugeot and Volvo for allowing me to come down here and review this car for you guys today. For all contact information in regards to this dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be taking a look at the interior of the car. I explain how all the features work. We'll also start up, look at the engine, go over the performance data and take a look around the exterior. We'll also take the car on the detailed test drive. So, traditional style Volvo key fob. So we'll start today's review with the exterior. This particular XC60 is an SE. It's also finished here in magic blue metallic and it's been fitted with the winter pack. So the winter pack includes heated front seats, heated windscreen as well as heated windscreen washer nozzles. Winter pack is actually a very common optional extra that a lot of people choose for this car. It's also been fitted with the 17-inch Seagen alloy wheels. And one thing you'll notice about Volvos is they usually engrave the model designation, as you can see there, on one of the spokes. It's also got four-wheel ventilated steel disc brakes with a four-wheel independent suspension. And also, as you can see here, there's a bit of chrome trim going around the window surrounds. So this one being the SE model, is the next one up from the entry-level ES. And coming around to the rear as well, you can see the traditional style Volvo taillights. Very nice design. With dual exhaust as well. This car also has a reversing camera. You can see it just around there. I'll demonstrate in the interior portion of the review as well. And the tailgate is also electronic. So the boot space in the XC60, as you can see, is very good. 655 litres of room. I have just a little bit of my filming equipment back there, but as you can see, even with some of my stuff in there, there's still a lot of room left over. And it's just got a small bit of additional storage there and underneath here as well. And you also got the removable cargo cover with ventilation for the rear quarter windows as well. And then to close the boot down, just hit the button. And it's also got a shark fin antenna as well. So let's go ahead and check out the back seat area, seeing as we're already at the rear of the car. So it's got a full black leather interior with milled aluminium trim. Very nice design here in the trim. As you can see, it curves up, goes around and joins in with the door handle. It's got rear ventilation back here. It's a very spacious car. I've been in the back of one of these before. There's a lot of legroom back here and a lot of headroom. Plenty of room in this thing indeed. And also this center seat here. There's just a handle right here where my hand is. And you can fold that down if you want to gain access into the boot. And you also got a 12-volt socket located just down there, as well as storage pockets in the back of each front seat. So certainly a very comfortable and roomy car. So let's just go ahead and hop into the front. And the powerful the exterior mirrors on the Volvo, you just hold in the left and right buttons there. And also you just got one electrical adjustment located here for the driver's seat. So the power on the Volvo, you just insert the key into this slot here. Press this button once to turn on the power. And then just apply the foot brake and hit it again. So located off to the right here, you got your automatic headlamp controls. You also got your rear fog lights, fuel filter cap and boot release, as well as your electronic parking brake located just down there. The interior of the XC60 is a lovely place to be. It's got a very nice leather-wrapped 3-spoke multifunction steering wheel. You got your cruise control and all your various trip computer controls, as well as volume controls. and a very nice LCD display as well. You got your rev counter located off to the right, as you can see there. And then you got your fuel gauge located off to the left, illuminated by them very nice white bars. It's just a very nice display. So if I just move the steering wheel a bit here, you can see this indicator stock houses a few controls. You got your reset control, you got this little switch here that you just rotate left and right, and then you got this main button here with OK written on it. And all of that is so that you can go through these various menus in the car. Now, one that I found here just a moment ago was the themes one. Now this is really nice. So at the moment it's set to elegance, and if we set to economy, it changes the colors and the overall layout of the dials, and it also changes that screen. But my favorite one has to be performance. As you can see, everything illuminates red, and there's a red background there for the radio screen. It looks really cool. And as you can see, the rev counter changes as well between eco and performance. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it in performance for this. And then if I press OK again, there's a variety of other menus to go through. So you got your messages, your trip computer controls, service status, oil level, contrast modes, and so on. So coming into the center console, now this is very typical Volvo in here. I really like the way these center consoles are designed. So you got your main control panel here with your radio controls and the preset station list located there, as well as the air conditioning controls and your different zones. And then on the outside you got all your additional features. So you got radio, media, which is including things like your auxiliary and USB plugins. Bluetooth comes as standard. This one has also been fitted with internet. So if I press that there and use this dial here, as well as the OK button, you can enter an address, and then you can just surf the internet, but the car has to be connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot. You can use a hotspot on your phone or some kind of internet source in order to use it properly. So if I just click radio, you also got other variety of controls here. You got your main recycling, Eco Plus, your parking sensors, your start-stop system, and so on and so forth. So it's a very nice display, and also as you can see, you got your main fan controls located here, as well as your heater, and as you can see, it displays up there. And then you also got your heated seat controls for the driver and passenger side as well. So a very nice display. And also there's one button here that I like very much. It's the camera button, this one located here. When you press that, even when you're driving along, you can have the backup camera live, and as you can see, it shows the guidance lines there. And if I press it again, it gets rid of the guidance lines and it aims the camera down a little bit more. As I said, this car also has the milled aluminium finish trim. So if we power on the radio, very good sound quality from it, and the display itself is very nice. When you power on your heated seat controls, it just illuminates there, 3-stage heated. So I've played around with the system in Volvos quite recently, and it's really nice and simple to use. It wouldn't take very long to get used to this. Everything's very nicely displayed and laid out. And this car also has the auto dimming interior mirror, and of course you got your main interior lighting located up there, as well as illuminated vanity mirrors, and also your microphone for the Bluetooth system. And the other thing you'll notice about Volvos is this floating center console design they do, and I can never really get the camera focused right to show this off, but as you can see at the back there, you got additional storage. So it's got this kind of waterfall center console kind of effect. It's really nice and clever in design. And then coming into the center console, if I just slide this back, you got your 2 cup holders, a 12-volt power outlet, and you also got this little leather armrest, which also houses a very deep storage area, as well as your auxiliary and USB plugins. So the interior of this car is really nice, very well designed, very driver focused with the way the cabin kind of curves around towards the driver. Center console, as I said, is very nicely designed as well, and I really like the LCD display here, and I also like the fact that you got 3 different themes to choose from as well. So we'll just get a quick exhaust clip. And one thing I should also point out, along with the theme, the rev counter actually changes place. So in performance mode, it's now located in the center, but if I was to set it to eco or elegance, you can see the rev counter is located off to the right. And and same thing with economy as well. But as I said, I think I'm going to keep it in performance. I think that's the nicest looking setting. Bonnet release. The engine is a 2-litre turbo diesel. It produces 190 brake horsepower and puts out 295 foot-pounds of torque. It has a top speed of 130 miles per hour, and it's estimated the XC60 can do about 63 miles to the gallon. Okay, so let's get ready to take the Volvo for a test drive. GoPro is all set up and the Volvo is fired up. Okay, so the XC60, well, this is my first time ever driving a Volvo, that's the first thing I'll say. And secondly, I really like this car. I mean, I've only been driving it a couple of minutes now, but I spent quite a bit of time with XC60s recently because I started working with McGinley Motors. And the one thing you'll notice about this car is the level of quality. I mean, everything in here feels very upmarket. It feels very well finished inside. It's such a nicely spec car. Now, as I said, this particular one is the SE, so it's the next one up from the base model ES, but even so, this comes with a lot of equipment. As I said, this one's been fitted with the winter pack. It's also got cruise control, and it's got rain sensing windshield wipers. It has automatic headlights, and it also has the electronic tailgate for convenience. So it's a really well spec car, and visually I think it looks quite good from the outside as well. Now, as I said, this particular one is finished in Magic Blue, a very nice colour, but I think one of my more favourite colours for the XC60 is actually the standard white you can get. It really pops, especially if you get this car as an R design. Now, to go through the model list, as I said, there's the entry-level ES, there's the SE, then there's the SE Luxury, so it's basically the same as this, but it applies, you know, more standard equipment. And then the R design model, you get a sporty styling kit, you know, in the interior and the outside, and I believe you get different exhaust tips as well. Now, the R design is actually based on the SE, which we have here, so they just basically got this car and added the styling kit to it. Okay, so this car has the 8-speed Geartronic automatic gearbox. Now, it is an improvement over the last automatic gearbox you got with the previous XC60. The only thing I noticed is when you put your foot down, as I'll now demonstrate, foot down, gear change. That's the only problem I have. It's a little bit on the slow side to react when you put your foot down. It's like there's a second where the gearbox just goes like, oh, right, sorry, you wanted to go faster. So, you know, it could be a little quicker to respond when you go to do accelerations, especially when overtaking. But in saying that, it is pretty good. The gear changes are crisp and very smooth, especially on the open road like this here. So out here in the open road, the XC60, it's very nice to drive, it's very comfortable, it's relaxing, the seats are very comfy as well, and especially if you turn on the seat heater, I think I'll leave it on stage 1, and it's just a really nice, relaxing, lovely, pleasant car to drive, to be completely honest. One thing I should talk about is the way Volvo kind of label their engines. So as I said, this one is the 2-litre diesel, so it's identified as a D4, which I believe is written on the tailgate. And if you were to get the 2.4-litre diesel engine, I believe it is, it would be identified as a D5. So D with a number after it refers to a diesel engine. If you have T with a number after it, it usually refers to their turbocharged petrol engines. Okay, so in these side roads, the XC60 I think is handling itself quite well, going over a few bumpy bits, and the suspension, you know, it does a pretty good job at soaking up the bumps. As you'd expect in a luxurious SUV of this type, it's very quiet in here, as I was saying, out on the dual carriageway. And coming into some of these bends, which I'm coming up to a left-hander right now, you know, there's not too much body roll. There's a little bit because it's a high-riding car, but realistically it's actually quite solid and planted. Coming up to another tight left-hander here. You know, it's not too bad at all. It's actually, there's less body roll in here than I was expecting. It's a very solid and planted car. And the suspension, as I said, you know, it's a multi-link setup in the rear, so, you know, the wheels, they just basically glide over it. But yeah, pretty good. So I'm just on my way back to McGinley Motors now, and one thing I should also mention is this particular car is front wheel drive. You can, of course, a little bit of extra money, have the optional 4-wheel drive system. But my thoughts on the XC60 are, I think it's an excellent car. I think it looks very good on the outside. It looks very nice on the inside as well. Even the SE models come with excellent standard equipment. This one just has the optional winter pack, and I believe the internet that I was showing you guys earlier is also an optional extra. I'll find out about that for sure, and I'll just caption it down at the bottom of the screen here. But overall, I really do like the XC60. The only thing I would say is I just wish the automatic gearbox was a little quicker to respond when you put your foot down. But overall, it is a very good car. Highly recommended for anybody looking to spend, I don't know, about 50,000 euro, I think is where you would be looking for if you're getting an XC60, especially if you're getting one with a little bit of optional equipment on it, sorry. But yeah, overall, to sum up the car, excellent, looks nice, drives very well, very economical, highly recommended. So we're just going to leave it there today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to have a lot more Volvo reviews coming. I believe I'm going to be reviewing an XC90 as well, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.